In this video, I'm going to be discussing whether the Logitech G29 racing wheel is actually worth buying in 2023 or further on to 2024. The reason why I'm discussing this in this video is because we have a lot of later versions of the Logitech racing wheels. We have True Force features with the Logitech G923. We have a lot of really expensive racing wheels on the market. We also have other brands such as Thrustmaster, and we have a lot of third-party brands as well, such as Hori and other names out there that are making racing wheels. So why is the Logitech G29 still popular? It's been around for quite a long time. So it was released back in 2015. So it's actually been around for 8 years now. And this one is particularly for like the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3 and PC. Now, the reason why people can use it with the PlayStation 5 is because if you switch it to the PlayStation 4 logo on the top of the racing wheel, you can actually, get it to work with the PlayStation 5. The only problem with this is it does have some connection issues when it comes to the PlayStation 5. So sometimes I've had to disconnect the cord out the front and then re-input it through the back and try it again and again until it actually works. So that's a major downside when it comes to the actual Logitech G29 is some of the connection issues that it comes with when connecting it to the PlayStation 5. But if you still play a PlayStation 4 or even a PlayStation 3, for example, it's gonna be okay. The other things are that, it works perfectly fine. Honestly, in today's world, if you just need a racing wheel that does the basic stuff, then the Logitech G29 is one, it's the most affordable Logitech racing wheel out there. So it's definitely worth getting it because of that, and it does all the basics. The only thing it's really missing is some of the newer features, such as, direct PlayStation 5 connectivity. We don't have the force feedback features. So unlike the Logitech G923, for example, we have the True Force feature. And on the Logitech G Pro, we have not only that, but we have wheel customization as well. So that's stuff that we are missing out on with this wheel. So those are some of the main things. But overall, it still does the basic job and the build quality is very good. So with the actual steering pedals, they feel perfectly fine. These are exactly the same throughout the newer generation as well, the 923. So it's still worth buying it because it still has all the basic needs and everything met with that. And the build quality is still really good and it's quite sturdy, it's lasted quite a while. So yeah, it's still got quite a decent value. You can probably pick one up pre-owned for a pretty decent price. It's still quite expensive. Not everybody's gonna need a racing wheel, to be honest, for the setup, because not everybody's gonna want to play Gran Turismo all the time. But it does have good connectability to other games, so you could use this for simulation games. People have asked me about simulation games, does it work with simulation games and stuff like that, and it does. It has that ability to connect as just a controller in general, so you can use that with anything from Need for Speed Unbound, Need for Speed games in general. We can use it with Gran Turismo and simulation games, and you can use it just in general as a controller, and it's pretty easy. You just connect it and it mounts. As long as you have it on the PlayStation 4 mode at the top here, it's pretty much good to go overall. If you do want to get one, it is probably one of the more popular versions of the race wheels. It's probably one of the most popular versions of these racing wheels available to this day. Considering it's 10 years old, people are still buying them and people are still looking for it. It just shows that it's still a very popular model to this day and definitely still worth a pickup if you want to get one. So I've had this thing since January and nothing bad has happened with the only thing, like I have said, is the connection issues, and that's about it. And everything else is really well put together, so zero complaints. It's definitely one of the better racing wheels that I've ever had in my life. I do feel like this racing wheel is quite small. There's no vibration. That's the main thing that I noticed with the difference between the 923 and this one is there's barely any vibration, which is the True Force feedback. With the 923, it actually feels like it actually feels like gears are actually turning in the wheel. With this one, it doesn't feel like that, but some people like that and some people don't. Like, people like vibrations, some people don't like vibrations, so you gotta have the settings that actually work for you the best. I found like the bass settings with the Logitech G29 actually work the best for me. Yes, it is still worth getting in 2023 because it's still a decent racing wheel, has all the basics. It isn't the most affordable one. There are third-party ones, but I find that Logitech just makes really great racing wheels all together, and it's quite an enjoyable experience because they have direct connectivity to not only the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, but they have the Logitech G Hub connectivity on the PC, so you can actually customize what each button does as well. So that's also a really great feature. That's why I prefer Logitech over Thrustmaster. Although Thrustmaster has a lot of really cool sort of interconnectable parts and stuff like that. You have the Ferrari and stuff like that and the racing wheel. But altogether, if you just want like the basic racing wheel that does the basics, but it's still a decent thing with a decent wheel and decent good build, does all the basics you need, probably the Logitech G29. Like, you're not gonna need to spend too much money, and if you get yourself something like this pre-owned, it's probably still worth it, and it still has value for resellability. I could easily sell one of these within at least a week, 100%. So even a couple of days, I could probably sell this on Facebook Marketplace and get a couple $100 because it's still quite a popular product. So definitely still worth getting one, and it still holds value to this day. So if you like this type of content, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you want any more advice on sort of gear or accessories for your PlayStation 5, let me know down below which one that you like the most. And yeah, let me know if there's any accessories you want me to unbox, try out, and I'll see you guys next time.